Now let's talk about the congenital malformations of the fallopian tubes. In this section, we will talk about the different fallopian tube abnormalities, in which we will talk about some fusion anomalies, clinical features and treatment of the fallopian tube anomalies, and then we will talk about the different types of abnormalities present in the fallopian tube. So types of fusion anomalies, we have the arcuate type of fusion anomalies, and in this the cornual part of the uterus remains separated. So here this is the hysterographic view of arcuate uterus confirmed by laparoscopy. So laparoscopy is performed in which the organs are observed, and this is the arcuate uterus in which the cornual part of the uterus remain separated. Then the uterus diadelphys. There is complete lack of fusion of Mullerian duct with double uterus, double cervix and double vagina. So in this there is failure of fusion of Mullerian ducts. So when the Mullerian ducts won't fuse, it leads to two uterus, two double cervix and also double vagina. So diadelphys. Uterus bicornis. Uterus bicornis is again with the two cornua. Bicornuate uterus, it has the two cornua of the uterus. Septate uterus is the two Mullerian ducts are fused together, but there is persistence of septum in between the two is separated. So again, the septum is present in the uterus due to, but there is, in this Mullerian ducts are separated, they are fused, but the septum is present in between the two, and that leads to the formation of septum in the uterus. Uterus unicornis or unicornuate uterus, there is one cornua of the uterus, and this is due to failure of development of one Mullerian duct. One Mullerian duct is failed to develop, the other one which developed normally leads to the formation of one cornua of the uterus. Then we have DES related abnormality, which is diethylstilbestrol during exposure during intrauterine life leads to different abnormalities like rudimentary horn, which is the small portion of the present on the top. So this is the histographic view of the arcuate uterus. This is histographic view of T-shape, hypoplastic uterus consistent with the exposure to DES. So here, very small T-shaped uterus is present. This is T-shaped uterus. Hysteroscopic view of septate uterus. If you see very clearly, a septum is present in between the uterus. So different histographic views of different abnormalities of the fusion abnormalities of the uterus. Then the clinical features are usually infertility and dyspareunia. Infertility is very common. All these abnormalities leads to infertility because for the fertility, normal uterus, normal cervix is important for the baby to grow and develop. So usually these problems can lead to infertility and dyspareunia and painful intercourse. Dysmenorrhea, painful menstruation, and then different menstrual disorders also present. This is the picture of the normal reproductive system, and this is the complete agenesis. Nothing is present, complete agenesis, uterus, cervix, vagina, all are absent. This is the incomplete unicornuate, one cornua. This is unicornuate with horn. This is horn present. Uterus didelphys, two uterus are present, didelphys, two uterus. Bicornuate, this is two cornua present, partial bicornuate. So all these are different developmental anomalies of the uterus. This is the septum, complete septum present in between, dividing the uterus into two. This is partial septum present, and this is the arcuate uterus. So all these are the different abnormalities. The obstetric abnormalities or features associated with these anomalies, we have mid-trimester abortions. If the patient conceives, which is very unlikely, usually there is mid-trimester abortion because of the failure of the growing baby to grow in all these different anomalies of the uterus. There is cervical incompetence. There is usually cervix open and leads to abortion. Increased incidence of malpresentation, preterm labor, intrauterine growth retardation, intrauterine device, prolonged labor or intrauterine death, growth retardation and intrauterine death or missed abortion. Prolonged labor, obstructed labor, retained placenta and postpartum hemorrhage. So all these are the complications associated with developmental anomalies of the uterus. Treatment is rudimentary horn should be excised to reduce risk of ectopic pregnancy. So if rudimentary horn is present, it should be removed so it can reduce the risk of ectopic pregnancy. Unification operation, especially if there is septate uterus, bicornuate uterus, there is operation procedure is performed to remove the septum so the uterus will be able to hold the pregnancy, or to in case of bicornuate uterus, the two cornua are tried to unite, and it's called unification operation. Then metroplasty or repair of the uterus, especially if there are adhesions or septum, high success rate, reduced post-operative morbidity, subsequent chance of vaginal delivery is high. So metroplasty. Abnormalities of the fallopian tube. Tube may be unduly elongated, may have accessory ostia or diverticula. Diverticula are adhesions or pouches formed in the diverticula are the pouches or the outgrowth of the mucosal lining. So pouches are formed if there is accessory ostia, or they may be elongated. Rarely, tube may be absent on one side. So if you see in this diagram, this is the tubal pregnancy. Sometimes tubal pregnancy in the fallopian tubes also can lead to abnormalities, right? Rupture of the uterus, and sometimes as a result tubal ligation is performed, and then there is patient has reduced chances of conception because the only one tube is left behind. Another Another is endometriosis, sometimes present in the fallopian tube, which is the endometrial lining of the uterus. When it is present outside the uterus, is known as endometriosis. So it's also another condition or abnormality of the fallopian tube. Blocked or damaged fallopian tube, or there may be adhesions present in the fallopian tubes. All these are the different abnormalities that can lead to infertility also. So that was all about the abnormalities of the fallopian tubes. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.